Hey, welcome to the Nursing Dose with your host, Farah, aka Dr. Laurent. Wanted to come on live and do a quick pop up about why you are not getting interviews as a nurse, particularly new graduate nurses or senior nursing students. So, this episode, I'll be sharing the top 5 reasons why you're not getting interviewed for your nursing positions that you're applying for. All right, so I'm going to drop some tips and different strategies for you guys. So you need to pay attention and please share this and repost so that other nurses can also have this opportunity to watch this. So for those who don't know me, my name is Farah. I'm the founder of International Nurse Coach. I've been a nurse for over 20 years, and I help nurses level up in their career so that they can land their dream job. I've helped over 100 nurses land their dream position, and I'm talking specialty areas, all different areas, such as the emergency department, the ICU, the OR, L&D, NICU, critical care, all these areas where you think as a new nurse that you can't get into. I help you get there with ease in less than 90 days. So if you're interested to learn how to work with me, just put money in the chat and direct message me on LinkedIn. But we need to be connected first. So make sure that you connect and follow for more great content. All right, so let's get into it. Here are the 5 reasons why you are not getting that nursing interview. And this is the truth. Okay. Number one, pretty obvious, your resume and cover letter basically suck. I know it's hard, but it's the truth. Okay. So, in terms of your resume, it has to be clear, concise. It has to have all the keywords from the job description in the resume. Okay. You also have to have the formatting correct. A lot of nurses, for some reason, especially new graduate nurses, are told that their resume has to be one page. And I know I did a whole show on this about the myths. You know, you don't need to keep your resume to one page. It can be 2 pages. And why do I say this? Because what happens is you try to cram everything in on one page and it looks overcrowded, unorganized, and there's no white space. And it's very hard for recruiters to read. It's hard for hiring managers to read. And it just looks like a mess. Okay. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure the formatting is good. And please don't leave those margins, really, really tiny margins on the side. It does not look good. If your resume has to be 2 pages, it's okay. Just make sure that you format it properly. You have spacing in between, the jobs, your education. I would say quick tips, make sure that the font is about 11 size and that it's Calibri or Arial. Stay away from Times New Roman. It's very difficult to read for some people. And then, those templates that you sometimes get and it's like side by side, don't use those templates. They're not good. You should just keep it very simple, very professional. Stay away from colors. A lot of people I see will have all these different colors like, blue and purple and whatever they're putting on the resume. Keep it as professional and as simple, black and white. That's it. Your cover letter, same thing. Don't have these fancy like split cover letters because the font becomes really small. It's very hard to read. Keep it very simple. The format for your cover letters should truly just be 3 paragraphs. A lot of people will write these really, really long cover letters. There's no need for that. Keep it very concise. What I like to do with my clients that I work with is the first paragraph, we do like a storytelling methodology where we kind of go into the background and the why story of why you went into nursing and why that particular area. So I help you craft that so it looks different and it stands out because everyone is going to write the same generic cover letter and you want to stay away from that. Okay. And then you have to remember that people want to read things quickly. So make sure that you put the most important things at the top. Same thing with your resume. Put the most important things at the top of your resume. And bullet points is very important. Some people don't like bullet points in the cover letter. I sometimes recommend my clients to do bullet points in kind of the middle because the easier it is to read, it's better for recruiters and hiring managers. Okay. And then the last paragraph really should highlight, um, you know, how your skills are kind of in alignment with the organization, your values are in alignment, and just a quick, confident type affirmative last paragraph. Don't say things like, oh, I hope to hear from you. You know, just be very confident in the language. And it is important the way that you use the communication in your cover letter and in your resume. Another quick tip on your resume is make sure that you start the beginning of your bullets by using action words like verbs, like delivering, administering, those types of things. Okay. And just, less is more. Be very concise and make sure that it looks nice and neat and professional. That's really the biggest things. And obviously using keywords. So like I said, if you're interested to learn more about how to work with me, have your resume and cover letter stand out so that you get to that interview, put money in the chat, connect with me to learn more about how to work with me. Okay. And so that's number one. The second reason why you're not getting a nursing interview is because you don't have a LinkedIn profile or you don't even have a LinkedIn account. For all people watching on Facebook and YouTube, LinkedIn is the place to be, particularly if you're job searching. Let's say you are watching on LinkedIn and you do have a LinkedIn account. Great. That's step number one. However, you need to make sure that your LinkedIn account is, I guess you like to use the word optimized, right? But let me just break it down for you really easily. You need to have at least a photo of yourself. I'm guilty of this. I didn't have a photo when I first started on LinkedIn because I didn't want a photo up there. I felt like, oh, I don't know if I should put a photo, blah, blah, blah. I just was weirded out about it. But listen, it's just a photo. Take a nice professional photo of yourself, smiling preferably, and make sure that it's visible and that you can see your face. Okay? Don't be like doing side profiles and over the over the shoulder looks or whatever you're doing in your profile pic. Keep it simple, keep it professional, because guess what? About 95% of recruiters will go on LinkedIn and look you up and look up your profile, and they'll also look at your headline and your about me section. So a lot of people's headline, that's like the little under the words, what it says. There's a lot of characters there that you can use. So please use it wisely because people will look at that. Even if you're making comments under other people's posts, they will be able to see your headline. So I like to say, at least put, you're a registered nurse or a BSN, whatever your degree is, and put something like aspiring critical care nurse or aspiring L&D nurse, because recruiters will actually get a sense of what area that you want to go into. So it's very important to use that headline to your advantage. And then the about me section, fill it out. Don't just leave it blank. Fill it out with like a couple, things maybe that you did in nursing school, some rotations that you really excelled in. Put down, perhaps your why you love L&D or ER critical care, and put down any like scholarships, volunteer experience. That is the place where you need to kind of brag about yourself, and it'll help you stand out from the rest. Okay. So definitely make sure that you have a LinkedIn account, fill in your LinkedIn profile, put that picture up there, because when people see a picture of you, they're more likely to click on the profile and they can trust you a little bit more. And then they can, find out a little bit more about you. Don't be afraid to, put something on there that's relatable. Like maybe you have a dog or you like animals, I don't know, cats, whatever you want. Put something relatable. Or maybe you like to travel, you like to cook or paint. Put that there because it shows a little personality so that people can connect with you. Okay. And then connect with other people on LinkedIn, particularly nursing recruiters, hiring managers, things like that. Okay. So that's strategy number 2. And then the third reason why you're not getting interviews as a new graduate nurse or a nursing student is you lack basic interpersonal skills or communication skills. So let's say you keep getting HR to call you. Usually HR will call you, human resource professionals will call you to do like a screening call. And let's say you keep getting those screening calls, but you're not moving forward to the interview. Most likely it's because you lack the communication and interpersonal skills, or maybe you're so introverted and so nervous that you can't even articulate your worth, articulate why you're interested in the position, because they're not going to ask you very difficult questions. The recruiter is going to ask you a few questions, such as, tell me about yourself. Why are you interested in this role? Tell me some of your strengths that you think, match with this job description type thing. And then if they see that they can really connect with you and that you have great communication skills, they're going to be like, okay, I did the screening. I think this is a great candidate. They're going to move you on to the interview phase. So a lot of people won't take this call seriously, but please take it seriously. So be prepared. Like if you see a number that you don't recognize, just answer it, because that could be a potential recruiter that's calling you, right? And if you don't answer, you can miss your chance. So things like that. Also, know where you applied and know who's calling, because say you applied to like 3 positions, you don't want to mix things up and sound like you're not organized and that you don't know who's calling and for what position. It's going to make you look bad, right? So please prepare, and also prepare in a sense that like it is an interview. It's just the first phase of the interview. So take it seriously. And then also make sure that you sound enthusiastic and excited on the phone. Because if you're very, let's say again, shy or maybe nervous, you're not going to be, your natural self. And then they might think that you're not really interested in the position. So that's another reason why you may not be getting these interviews. Okay. So if you're just joining me live, I'm talking about the reasons and the truth behind why you're not getting those nursing interviews as new nurses or senior nursing students. So I'm on number 3. So if you just missed it, the number 1 reason I talked about was that your resume and cover letter suck. Number 2 was that you don't have an existing LinkedIn account or profile. And then number 3, you lack basic communication skills, interpersonal skills, or maybe you're just way too nervous or too shy on the recruiter calls. And then number 4, you lack clarity. What do I mean by this? This means that you're potentially applying for way too many jobs. I see nurses, new graduate nurses sometimes, that are just desperate to just find any job, and they just start applying to everything. So let's say, hospital A, you're applying to the ICU, the emergency department, med surg, psychiatry, L&D. Think about how that looks to a recruiter or a hiring manager. They're going to say, what is going on with this candidate? Why are they applying to every single specialty or area? Are they confused? Do they know what they want? And now it's going to be very difficult for them to place you in interviews because they don't really know what you're interested in, right? And you kind of look desperate, right? So I would avoid that. So you definitely need to gain clarity. And I would only suggest that you apply to the specialty areas that you want to get into. So let's say you're interested in mother baby. You should probably only apply to mother baby. Or if you're interested in women's health, then maybe you can apply for L&D and potentially, to the NICU, because that's all together, right? And that makes sense. So you definitely need clarity. Um, and I've even seen this before. Sometimes recruiters will call people and they'll say, well, I'm not really interested in this position. And they start telling them like they've applied to other places or that they're not interested in med surge, but they just applied just to see if they'll get in. Like, don't say that type of stuff because you're not going to get the interview. Okay. So please keep it professional and have some sense, right? And some situational awareness as to what it is that you're actually saying and what's coming out of your mouth. And then number 5, the reason that you're not getting interviews is because you have no job strategy. You don't have a job search strategy. You're kind of all over the place. Okay. And a lot of new grads, what they do is they'll just apply to like kind of 1 or 2 positions and sit back and wait. That is not, you have to be proactive in your job search. And I talk about this all the time, especially for all you nursing students out there that are about to graduate or maybe, near graduation in a couple months. The time is now. You need to start applying now. Don't wait until you graduate or you take your NCLEX or wait for your licensing number to come through and then start applying. Because guess what? It can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months to actually get a job. And I've helped nurses before. So one of my particular clients, her name is Brittany, and she did that. She waited kind of till the end to apply, and it was about 6 months, and she couldn't get anything. So she started becoming a little bit like overwhelmed, worried. She's just started putting so many applications in. She told me she had put in over like 100 applications, but she really wanted mother baby. So when she reached out to me as a nurse career coach, we started working together. We really worked on that clarity, that mindset, and really got her job strategy ready and tailored for her. Within a month, she already had a interview. She got a same day job offer, and this was in California, right? So I'm telling you, apply early, get all your stuff prepared. I just did a video on the 3 references that you should have in recommendation letters. Have all that ready to go. You need to be prepared. Don't wait till the last minute. Same thing with residency programs. There's a lot of residency programs that are open. Some people wait till the last minute and they're like, yeah, I have a few days to apply, or it's going to be open for 2-3 weeks. Guess what? I just heard that Cedars-Sinai in California had, I think, like maybe a 2-week period, but because they got so many applicants, they closed their residency program within 48 hours. So I'm telling you, you have to be ready and come correct on day 1. And that's what I do. I help my clients really prepare, really get clear on what it is that they want, and really prepare them for the interview. And I have a whole strategy on how to outreach to recruiters, to hiring managers, networking, all that stuff. So those are things that you should be doing in your job search and being very proactive. So that is my kind of 5 tips on why you're not getting the interview, or really the truths about why you're not getting those interviews as a new grad or nursing student. So I hope that this was helpful. And I will share more content like this. So keep following me. Please reshare this to your network so other nurses can take advantage. Or even if you're not a nurse and you're watching this and you found this helpful, please reshare with your network that might have other nurses there as well. And if you're interested to learn how to work with me, definitely just direct message me. Make sure you're connected with me on LinkedIn first, and just direct message me on LinkedIn. Or you could just put money in the chat, but make sure that you're connected to me, because if you're not, I won't be able to direct message you. Okay, so I'm going to stick around for another few minutes to see if anybody comes on and asks any questions related to interviewing or a job search. So I'll be on for just another moment or so. And again, I'm just going to do a quick recap of what I talked about. The 5 reasons why you're not getting to the interview stage as a nurse. Number 1 is your cover letter resume sucks. You need to work on that. Number 2, you don't have a LinkedIn profile or no account on LinkedIn. And you got to think LinkedIn is one of the most trusted social media platforms, and it's the professional networking platform for professionals. So you have to be on LinkedIn. You have to be active. I was not that active on LinkedIn when I first started, and I actually regret that. So that's why today I'm all over LinkedIn creating content for nurses, particularly nursing students and new grads. That's my kind of specialty area because, like I said, I've helped over 100 nurses land their dream job, and not just any job, specialty positions that are hard to get, like L&D, OR, ICU, ER. And in some of the, best markets like California, New York City. So, a lot of people come to me and they're like, "Oh, well, it's really competitive in the Bay Area." I'm like, "Okay, tell me more," because the majority of my clients are actually from California. And they're like, "Yeah, it's so competitive." I'm like, "Okay, well, my clients are getting like same day offers, same week offers. We do not play because we come with a job search strategy, and I prepare them for success so that they can get to these interviews and slay all day." So, like I said, if you're interested to work with me, put money in the chat, direct message me. You don't want to mess around. We got all these residency programs that are open. And you want to be applying early. That's one of the best strategies that you can do for yourself, and also invest in your professional growth and development. Okay. So, like I said, put money in the chat if you're trying to get into these nursing positions and for you to get that interview, slay, and get that offer. Okay. So, again, my name is Farah. I'm the founder of International Nurse Coach. I help nurses level up in their career so that they could land their dream job in less than 90 days. Check out my LinkedIn recommendations. I think I have over like 60 recommendations. And if you want to directly book a call with me, like you're like, "You know what? I heard enough. I don't even want to direct message you. Let me just book a call." If you want to directly book a call and you're serious and ready to take action, just look at my LinkedIn profile right underneath. You'll see a blue link. You can click that and book a consultation call. All right. So, again, I hope this was helpful. Please share with your network. Until next time, thank you for coming to the Nursing Dose with Farah, the nurse career coach, aka Dr. Laurent, helping all the new grads and nursing students land their dream job. And if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, definitely subscribe on YouTube and on Spotify. All right. Talk to you soon. Take care.